You want to know why you add grease or Vaseline to your foot pump? You want to know why? Because of rust. You want to prevent rust? You gotta add Vaseline to the crucial components. You heat it up, you put it in, right? You heat it up, you put it on first, you heat it with a torch and spread it. These parts are prone to rusting. That's the flex point, right? That's the flex point. Any part that has joints, except where the air goes in, obviously, you need to oil, or, you know, put Vaseline, because rust is undoubtedly going to get in there. Same with these parts here. Anything that holds the pump together, the joints, you gotta oil that. I did that because it was starting to rust, and this is a new pump. You see that? Except this part. You don't want to oil this. That is where you're gonna fuck everything up. But this part here, you absolutely do need to oil, because that's the connecting piece. That you absolutely need to oil. I did that to stop this from rusting, because no sooner than 5 to 10 days after, a week after I purchased this, my old one just failed because of rust, obviously, and terribly when I needed it most. This will prevent the rust from getting any further in there, both sides, because this bar is actually attached to this pump piece. That's the pump. This is the foot mechanism. So I wanted to make sure that this thing actually worked, and this thing didn't actually fail on me. So yes, Vaseline can be dangerous to rubber, and I guess I gotta wipe that shit off again, but it can keep your pump not failing anymore, if you know what I mean. Do you want it to fail? Do you want it to break apart when you're using it, you know, to reinflate your tire should you encounter a roadside emergency? You just never know. You want to make sure that you get that done ahead of time. You put the Vaseline on, you can use whatever you want, popsicle stick, Q-tip, your finger, and you take a torch and you hit it with that torch and melt it into the grooves. And, you know, wipe off the excess once you're done. This way, you prevent rust from happening in the future, because the paint they put on it is full of shit. It's not rust proof, and it will start chipping off or flaking off very tiny. The other option you have is just using oil base, you know, the rust paint, and just spray the damn thing with it. You know, not the hose, but the whole thing, except the crucial areas where the air goes in and out. You want to make sure that's done. You know, if you got to soak it in the paint on top of newspaper, you know, something that's not going to be used regularly, or even concrete even, or asphalt, you know, and then wait for it to dry. You got to do it both ways, sideways, upside down, right side. You'll have to flip the pump a few times, and, you know, ensuring you cover the eye gauge with something so you don't end up covering that, because otherwise what the fuck is the point of that? So you want to make sure that pump lasts a long time. You got to ensure it does not rust. Vaseline is a cheap solution. Spray paint, especially the oil-based rust paints, is, well, you know what the oil does anyway. You want to make sure that it lasts a long time, years, decades even. You want to make sure you keep it working properly. That's the whole point. Anyways, just thought I'd make that video, and yeah, thanks for watching.